J Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Another Friday. We almost done with the month of March, 3/4 of the year. Damn near done for March 18th. And I got a couple stories that we're going to talk about today and a couple of funny IG videos to play in as well. So let's get into it. I appreciate everybody for watching and coming through. Don't forget to hit that like and also subscribe if you're new. And, of course, put in the hashtag JAYMOOREREVIEWS. Thank you, Brownie Cakes, for coming in the building with the hashtag JAYMOOREREVIEWS. I definitely appreciate it. And let's go ahead and get this popping. I do got a giveaway for tonight. So make sure that you all participate. Get in there and let's make it. So one of the first stories for tonight is I got pull this up right quick. We have Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, DL Hughley, all of this stuff going down right now. And so I'm pulling this article up right here. I want to know where do you all stand on this topic? Is Kanye a stalker? Is he stalking Kim Kardashian? Is he just fighting for his kids? This is a topic that we have talked about in Discord, and it seems that some people think that him moving across the street from her is just about being close to the kids, whereas some people feel that he's lightweight stalking her, and it doesn't matter if the houses are big or whatever the case. He's trying to put pressure on her. He doesn't like for her to have been with another person, especially Pete Davidson, who he feels is beneath him and is younger than him. A lot of people are kind of split on this. Where do you stand? Is Kanye West stalking Kim Kardashian? Put a 1K KW if Kanye West is stalking her, a 1KW. Put a 2KW in the comments if he is not stalking her. And some people say, well, she liked to be in the media, this, that, and the other. This is what she wants. I don't think anybody wants what's going on right now. And it could get dangerous for both parties because Kanye does have some stans, some super fans, and so does Kim. And who's to say what any one of those people could do if it gets out of hand? And we also see that Kanye is quick to attack anybody in the media that comes after him. He got recently suspended on Instagram for calling Trevor Noah, a coon and TV. And so we'll see what on not only TV, on Instagram. And so we'll see what happens. Now, I do know one thing. Kanye ain't ready for no DL Hughley. DL Hughley, whatever you may want to say about him, is a tried, tested, professional comedian, been in the game for years, and that's like DL trying to say he can make better beats than Kanye. Kanye don't want to beef against DL, who is a professional comedian and will roast him professionally. And DL has some good ones. I'm gonna read the article. Trying to get this dang on thing to pull up. I don't know why it's not showing on here to share. There's something going on with my computer. It's not showing the share feature. Let me see. Y'all in Discord know I always got way too many tabs open, so I'm gonna close some of these tabs right quick and see if that make a difference. Because I'm trying to upload this thing and it still ain't coming. So let's see. I'm closing some of these tabs right quick. And then when I read you what DL Hughley say, I think Kanye better back up off of that beef right there, because DL Hughley about to have him really tripping. Let's see. All right, let's see if this works. Shout out to my boy Ray. Salute Brother Jay and the family. The champ is here. That's what's up. Definitely. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. Nisha Hummingbird, what's up, sis? One of the Discord members. She said, yes, Jay, it can get dangerous. I watched the IG channel. ID channel or IG? I'm not sure. And he acted like an episode on ID channel. Okay, I don't know what ID channel is, but unless that's the Discovery Channel or something. Savannah say Kanye need to take his meds. Damian Kinney say Ye did it to himself. He begged the woman to marry him. Only her kids are high priority. Everyone else takes a back seat. That's true. And you know, be careful what you wish for. You shouldn't have put yourself in that situation. Larry Jones, Detroit Kings called the Rams winning the Super Bowl on the live before the season started. Okay, he done went way back into the archives, but that's what's up. D Weave say Kanye is a super clown. If you wanted your wife, you should have stayed home and not moved to Wyoming. That's true. He did kind of put himself in a bad situation and moving to Wyoming of all places, and she need to be in LA. So that was a bad move. Kim was playing the game, going to events and stuff with him. Now that he took it to another level, she don't want to play no more. I know. Yeah, they were still going to events and things. So I don't know. He might have ruined whatever little bit of relationship they did have. Nisha say he is stalking her. James Kelly say he's stalking her. Savannah say he's stalking her. All right. What's up, Desiree? How you doing? Good to see you. Okay, it's a branch of Discovery Channel. Okay, I kind of figured the ID. I didn't know. You put it twice, so I figured you didn't do it on mistake twice. Okay, ID channel, investigative Discovery Channel. Okay, y'all put me up on game. I appreciate it. So he looking like a little beast in the wild. Oh, it's a true crime channel. Okay, all right, I appreciate it. Tatiana Dior, what's up, Tatiana Dior on Facebook? Say I even think he's stalking her. Yeah, I mean, he going a little bit too far. I want to play what DL said. Put this up here. Let's see, is it working now? Oh, brother, let's see. I'll just put it up here. There we go. All right. It's not showing it. What's going on with this? All right. Well, I'm gonna just read it. So it says right here, DL Hughley fires back at Kanye West with an assist from Steve Harvey. DL Hughley put up a couple of tweets, and when he did, it got a little heated. DL Hughley, he had said that he's been following it, and if anybody that follows DL Hughley, he's been posting some things on there. So after he had made a couple comments about Kanye fired back and almost immediately mocking the actor's style choices. So Kanye trying to diss him about his clothing. And this comes after he previously told the King's a comedy star, "I can't afford to hurt you." Hughley seemed to brush off the threat when he later returned to Twitter, sharing a series of tweets, and he took several shots at Kanye, saying, hashtag Kanye, do you know how horrible you gotta be to make a Kardashian date a white man? He said, you gotta be pretty horrible making Kardashian date a white man. You didn't went too far. He said, Kanye, how dare you talk about the way someone dresses? Look at you. All those people in your head, and not one of them got a Macy's card. I mean, Kanye, man, he has worn like t-shirts with holes in it and charged a bunch of money and made it look like it was a style choice. A couple pair of Yeezys have been pretty cool, but a lot of them shoes is very unique, to say the least. Steve Harvey had a few words for Kanye during a recording of his radio show, the Steve Harvey Morning Show, and he said, it ain't what you want. If y'all do get to scrapping, all my cash on DL, because you have no idea. He added, you been a little politically, socially conscious rapper. We from a ass whooping era. We from a whole nother era. We from a ass whooping era. We from a whole nother era. Anyway, and then as we all know, Kanye was suspended from Instagram for 1 day after he violated the platform's hate speech, bullying, and harassment policies after he said what he said about Trevor Noah. Do you all think that was too much that he got suspended? I mean, it was only 1 day. Kim Kardashian did come out and speak and say she thought that was fair. So what do you guys think? But yeah, I think that he don't want to mess with no comedians. Comedians will tear him up. Louisiana boys say he needs some serious help. Definitely. Let me ask y'all this. Do you think Kanye will get better or worse with time, or stay the same? Put a 1B if you think he gonna get better. Put a 2B if you think he gonna get worse. And put a 3B if you think he gonna stay the same. So I don't know. Damian Kenny says his foundation is his immediate family. Some other family has exploited him. His wife and kids are all he really has. Without them, he's living on the edge. Yeah. I mean, I guess that may be true. Some people are able to live life without any family for many different reasons. It is always good to have some people that you can in your life that you can trust. Sometimes your family ain't worth a damn, and you got all of them. So you never know. Don't Trip said Kanye has looked crazy as hell on multiple occasions. That's sad to have to depend on a family like that. I'm sure he has to have a blood relative somewhere. And I kind of agree. As a grown man, now he's in his 40s, 44 years old. You should be able to stand on your own too. There's nothing wrong with being able to talk with family and all of this other stuff. But why are you needing family so much, so bad, and you can't function without a family? It just seems something is missing there. His father is still alive, but they never had the greatest of relationships when he was younger. And then when he's successful, I guess he figured, well, now I don't want to have a good relationship with you because you may be just trying to come around because I'm successful. I'm not sure. So we'll see. Savannah got the 2B. D Weave with the 3B. Desiree 2. Nisha 2. 2 for Damian Kennedy. I keep wanting to say Kennedy, my bad. You say Ye comes from the hope era. Ye hopes the conflict doesn't come. DL comes the wish era. DA wish a motherfucker would. I wish you would. So that's funny. They actually a lot closer in age though, because DL Hughley can't be no more than 10 years older than him. What, 54, 55? DL Hughley ain't in his 60s. So they pretty close in age. I know when I knew of Kanye West when we were younger, this type of stuff never came up. Nobody ever thought this. Now, one could say his mom was still alive, but when his mom died, he was in his, what, mid to late 20s? I mean, he wasn't a baby. So, I don't know. Needed a shot of that gin. You like that one, huh? DL Hughley's 59. Wow. Wow. So he's about 15 years older than Kanye. I know DL got real gray with that beard all of a sudden, but I didn't know he was 59. Okay. DL don't look like he 59. If he dyed that gray little Billy Goat piece, he looked like he about early 50s. Maybe earlier than that. So Don't Trip said, I knew sooner or later they were going to have him looking crazy as hell for ratings and clout. Yeah, it definitely doesn't make him look good with what he's doing publicly, and he's going to ruin his brand. People aren't going to want to wear his clothing or shoes, and he's going to put himself in a position where he's going to be begging for people to buy his stuff. He's going to ruin everything if he keep it up. As a married man, sometimes the only family that you really depend on is your immediate family and the one that you built. That's from OG Bobby Gooch. All right. I mean, I get it. I appreciate that thought, and it makes sense. Kanye's still young enough to remarry. I mean, at this point, could Kanye really marry somebody that would be there for him? Because they know who he is. They know how much money he got and fame and all of that. And it's just hard to find an authentic person when you reach a certain level, because especially as famous as he is, how could he really ever trust somebody? I don't know. In a way, I don't think he could. So who knows what may happen. William Lawrence say just stay single. I definitely don't disagree with that, especially for him, because I mean, he already got a bunch of kids, money, fame, celebrity. It would probably be very hard for him to find somebody to remarry. And Samara says, would he pick someone who would genuinely love him? I mean, why would you marry someone? I know I'm thinking rationally. I don't know what he may be thinking. But I wouldn't marry someone you didn't genuinely love me. You can bump uglies without getting married. What else would we get married for? So he already got enough fame and celebrity and all of that stuff. He don't need to marry someone so his brand could be elevated. You say he should have stayed with Alexis. Okay. Don't Trip. I don't know who Alexis is. So I don't know. Why would a man have so many children so late in life with one woman if he wasn't all in? That's true. Definitely is interesting. All right, let's move on to the next subject. Hopefully my computer is working where I can pull up some of these posts. So Juicy Smoothie, Juicy J, Juicy Smoothie. All right, so, and it's still for some reason not allowing me to share these posts. Why not? Let's see if I can do it this way. Hold up. You know, I like to share stuff. Share what I'm eating. I don't know why it's not working on here, but let's see. Let's see. Also, I got a poll for everybody. Okay, everybody watching live, everybody watching on the replay. What platform do you use the most, or do you use them equally? Do you use YouTube the most, or do you use Instagram the most, or do you use them evenly? Put a 1 for YouTube, a 1Y for YouTube. Put a 2I for IG, and put a 3 to put a 3YI if you use them both evenly. All right. You use YouTube the most? Do you use Instagram the most, or do you use them both evenly? I'm interested. You know, YouTube, Instagram, or evenly. All right, I think I got a way to share this with Juicy J right quick. All right, here we go. So now Juicy is free. He's free like OJ all day. All right, but one of the stories that came out is that while he was in prison, he said he wasn't gonna eat. He was gonna fast. Now they saying that he was only doing that for Lent. Okay. Anyway, we see that he is now out. He said he didn't eat any solid foods while behind bars. He only was on the Hershey Highway diet. According to Smollett's lawyer, Kanye Oosh, is like a play on Kanye West's name, Kanye Woosh. The actor only drank water when he was in Illinois. What? They didn't even spell Illinois right. Unless this is wrong. Alanis Cook County Jail. Alanis Cook County Jail. Ice water. That's been his food and liquid. I can only imagine if I was in jail for something I didn't do, I wouldn't be eating, Uche said outside the county jail after his client's release. Let me read these polls right quick about what y'all think about you using. And then also, well, here I get to that in a second, but did Juicy J do it or not do it? Was he guilty or not guilty? Did he get what he deserved or not? You put it in here. Put a 1 guilty Jussie, 1 GJ. If he guilty, if Jussie was guilty, put a 1 GJ. And put a 2 for not guilty. 2 for not guilty Jussie. 2 GJ if you think he was not guilty. All right. And also, I did watch Bel-Air. I forgot I'm going to talk about Bel-Air a little bit tonight, too. So we might be here for a little longer than my usual hour because I got a lot to cover. And Bel-Air pissed me off, too. All right. So we got people say they use YouTube, use them evenly, YouTube, evenly, YouTube, and for different reasons. Evenly, YouTube. So it's either YouTube or both evenly. Nobody uses Instagram over the other. So that's just interesting. I was just wondering because I'm trying to get some things in the works. And so I wanted to get that information. I appreciate it. Damian Kenny said said Jussie was guilty. Gina, he guilty. Don't Trip said guilty. Let's see. Michael Mayhem, you are my favorite YouTuber. I appreciate it. Thank you. Victor Scott, YouTube, definitely YouTube, but you know they got you in Facebook integrated when you post on Instagram is on your Facebook, and now we're supposed on Facebook is on your Instagram. Yeah, 100% guilty, 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 guilty ASF, guilty, guilty. Damn, ain't nobody said he was innocent. Guilty. All right. So yeah, definitely. So it ain't looking good for him. So for some reason, I mean that's his lawyer. So he out here trying to sell wolf tickets. Jussie is 39 years old. He's been fasting since March 3rd for Lent. It says that he was ordered to be released on March 16th, 2 days ago, granted by the court after his lawyers successfully argued he should be released pending the appeal of his conviction. Smollett was sentenced to 150 days in prison after being convicted of staging the hate crime. In addition to the jail time, he was ordered to pay $130,000 in restitution and serve 30 months of probation. The next step in Smollett's case are unclear. It could take months or even years to rule on his appeal. Smollett has maintained his innocence. So, what do you guys think? He served 6 days in jail and they got him out pending the appeal. Do you think that the 150 days was light and he should have just went on ahead and served it? 150, right? Yeah, 150 days. And then, or let's go Nene Uche. Or is he messing up with going for the appeal and delaying the inevitable? What do you guys think? Should he just go ahead and serve that 150 and get it over with? In a way, I think he should. I doubt that they're gonna get it thrown away. Maybe he's doing the right thing though by not serving it, because who knows what may happen by the time the appeal comes. But I don't know. What do you think? Samara said, hell yeah, he should have did his time. He earned it. I agree. I mean, 150 days is really not a lot. You looking at what? 5 months, 6 months? So, you know what? 30, 60, 90, 120, 100, 155 months. So 5 months, he's not filming anything. He's already ruined the show Empire and other things. So I don't know, man. I think that he could have got out for time served, maybe get the 150 days down, and then they could have worked on how much money they say he owed. I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll see what happens. But I don't think that he got a harsh penalty. Anybody else that could have did that, I agree. OG Bobby Gooch. Had that been any one of us, I was just about to say this, would have got the 30-month sentence and the 150-day probation. I agree. I think we would have been in jail for years for something like that. And he had just got that. So, I mean, I think he got off very easy and he can move on with his life. Chances of him violating his parole, I mean, not parole, but, what you call it, probation, is slim to none, so he should just go ahead and do what he needs to do. Don't Trip said he keeps playing in the people's face. It's going to cost more money, court fees, blocking others from their day in court. I know, right? Suburbia said delay, delay, delay. In a way, I get that. That is the American way, but I don't know. Just Nay's way. What's up, Just Nay's way? He too old to be playing pranks for attention. He made a mockery of a serious issue that thousands of people experience on the regular. I agree. I definitely agree. And he tried to use it for publicity and money and extra fame. That's the worst reasons on top of that. So I'm not sure, he's getting off. I mean, I think he is getting off easy. I'm pretty sure he is, rather, I should say. Suburbia Jones, is jail time really considered a punishment for someone who is homosexual? To me, it would be the same as said to be to a female prison, except the pregnancy rate would rise tremendously. So you got jokes. I ain't see that one coming, but if he don't want them, then they may be trying to want him. So it ain't that he went to jail and now it's, like going to Club Med. He may not want those guys, and they may want him. So they could brag they had a piece of Jussie. You know what I'm saying? So who knows, man? Just Nay's way, his celebrity gave him a pass. Definitely. I agree. All right. So let's see. Another thing I want to talk about, then we'll talk about Bel-Air. It was a couple articles, actually. I forgot about this one. Mary J. Blige had some publicity about why she doesn't have any children. And they were kind of making it seem like it could be a problem. Do you guys think it's a problem that Mary J. is now in her 50s and never had kids? Has anybody even noticed that? To be honest, I don't follow people that close, so I didn't notice that Mary J. didn't have kids. And after seeing this, I was a little surprised that Mary J. doesn't have any kids. And she said that she's all about her freedom. I guess she looks at kids as taking away her freedom. Okay. Even though she was successful enough for long enough that she could have hired nannies and people to help take care of the kids. It says she's currently celebrating the success of her new album, Good Morning Gorgeous, which is the top-selling album by a woman when it was released last month. She also getting personal and recently opened up to E's Daily Pop on why she doesn't have children. I have nieces and nephews forever, and I'm always watching how people are scrambling for babysitters. Blige 51 said, I don't want to go through that. I like my freedom to go and move and do what I want to do. I don't want to have to tend to someone all the time. So she looks at having kids as tending to someone all the time and taking away her freedom. I definitely don't think she would have to scramble for babysitters because she could pay a higher rate and they would want to keep that job. Also, it says that she has so much freedom that she's now partnering with Lifetime to produce a project under her Blue Butterfly production banner. The coming-of-age romantic drama written by Sonia Warfield and Rachel Ingram is titled Real Love and is based on the 92 song of the same name. She said in the press release earlier this month, I wrote Real Love based on my real-life experiences and my fans connected to it in a deeply personal way. It's exciting to now use this song and my music to create a new story by way of film, continuing to build on the pillar of the foundation of my production company, Blue Butterfly. My passions for acting and music now include developing diverse stories with music as the backdrop. I am grateful to Lifetime for their partnership in the story of real love. An air date has yet to be announced. Okay. So, do you all agree, especially ladies, are kids taking away your freedom? And do kids hold you back from enjoying life? You all let me know in the comments below. Is Mary on to something because she didn't want to scramble for babysitters? Did she miss out on something? You let me know. Put a 1 MJB if Mary J is right and you agree. Put a 2 MJB if you disagree and you think kids are one of the best parts of life. Let me know. Moochie said Prince Marky D from the Fat Boys wrote Real Love. So look like Mary J false flagging out here in the streets, according to my girl Moochie. I don't know who wrote the song, so I'm taking your word on it that you said that. Just Nay's way is no one's problem. She didn't have kids. Her husband was a jerk. They are expensive. Nannies is not being a parent. She's woman enough to admit kids will get in her way. Okay. Some people are more happy with working. I mean, Mariah Carey has kids, and she was more successful than Mary J. Now, you can say what you want about who she had kids with or whatever the case. But some people view kids as something that can keep you from working. Some people, especially a lot of ladies, as they get older and they put a career in front of having kids and a family, and then they're in their 60s and they all lonely, or 70s and they don't have any family or kids or no husband, and they can't work like they used to, then they feel they made a mistake. So I don't know. We'll see. Let me see. Gina says she agreed with Mary J. I didn't think you had said that, Gina. No. Did I say one was agree or disagree? I done forgot. You confused me now. I think I said 1 MJB if you agree, 2 MJB if you don't. Damian Kenny with the 2. Don't trip. Mary was living her life. I've got mixed reviews. Okay. OG Bobby Gooch say sound a little selfish to me. I think it sound a little selfish in a way. But nobody has to have kids either. So I won't say she has to. But I think that she's missing more than she probably realizes. All of that success don't give you the same love as kids and family can, and sense of accomplishment is helping people grow and be something. But Remy Reigns, what's up, Remy Ma? You say it's an up and down situation. That's true. Karen Jones, is her decision, her choices. That's true. Trayon Bradley, is her life, honestly. Definitely it is. That's why I say it's really not a wrong answer or a right. That's why I say if you agree or disagree, but neither way is really right or wrong. But I think that a person would be missing out if they didn't. Now, if you couldn't and you wanted to, that's different. But if you chose not to and you could, I think maybe one day you may have second thoughts about that when you older. Samara say, I love kids but never wanted any, and I'm 36, so I can see her loving kids, her nieces and nephews, but she doesn't want them for herself. Well, you still got a few years, Samara. I know somebody just had some kid, had a child at 40 or 41. So they used to say the same things. And then they decided by 40 they wanted to, which I think is kind of old. But that's her life. That's her kids. So it is what it is. Yankees, you say you got you on Twitch. Support system strong over here. I appreciate it. Definitely go ahead and put in the J Moore Reviews on Twitch and also on Facebook, as well as don't forget to put in the hashtag J Moore Reviews on YouTube. Just Nay's Way says kids are nice, but sometimes too much. Team no babies, team doing my thing. Some kids can jam you up. Society tells people how to raise their kids and they get out of pocket. She was a parent to Kendu's kids. Okay. So I guess she said she was with Kendu. So she can do not have some more kids. I don't know. Don't Trip say, I think a child would have given her the unconditional love she always craved. I definitely agree. And, we'll see how it go. Remy say, I was 24 when I had my first child. Now I'm a grandmother. I wouldn't give up the honor of continuing my bloodline. It's beautiful. That is definitely true. When Mary passes, it's no more little Mary J. Or no more, none of that. It's just gone. I mean, it's just nothing to leave your legacy to or nothing. Just, you don't have no more kids, no daughter, no son that can sing or nothing. I don't know. We'll see. Gina said, my cousin is 47. She never wanted any, and she's never planning on having any. Well, I mean, at 47, she probably can't have any naturally anyway. She probably would have to adopt at this point. So, and then, at 47, by the time that child is 20, she'll be 67 with a 20-year-old. So she almost waited too late anyway. So yeah, she definitely probably not having any. All right. Now this next story, and then I'm gonna talk about Bel-Air. I did have something about mother of young thug children was killed, fatally shot in Atlanta. And then they did have the Crown Act that was recently passed in the House, which is about Black people being targeted at workplaces for their hairstyles. So I did kind of want to talk about that. It's a lot of things I kind of want to get into, but don't look like I'm gonna be able to. Maybe, let's see. All right. So if you have not heard, there's a trans swimmer, and this trans swimmer, Leah Thomas, won a national title, and it's a slap in the face to women and girls, and Twitter has been going crazy. Why this is not showing, I don't know. Let me see if I can get it to play on this other thing. Technical difficulties tonight, everyone. Thought I had everything working. Slowed me up from getting started today. And now it seems that there's still something going on. Let's see. Let's see. All right, here, I'll put it on this way. All right. So I found a different way to share it. And I'm interested in what you guys think about this. So for those who do not know, okay, a trans swimmer, Leah Thomas, winning the national title, a slap in the face to women and girls. Thomas lived as a male until transitioning to female in 2019. So just a couple years ago. Okay. Now, These are some of the swimmers' parents and former NCAA athletes speak out after the Leah Thomas win, and they said it's not right. Critics are sounding off on the participation of trans female athletes in girls' sports following the University of Pennsylvania swimmer Leah Thomas win in the 500-yard freestyle in the NCAA championships on Thursday. Thomas, who previously swam for the men's team before transitioning to female in 2019 and sparking a national debate, finished the race with a time of 4:33.24, more than a full second ahead of the second place finisher Emma Weyant. Those critical of Thomas' participation took to Twitter following the swimmer's controversial win. While I'm reading this, if you think it's a problem, then put a 1T if you think that's a problem. If you think it's not a problem, put a 2T. And you think it's fair. You think it's fair, put a 2T. If you think it's unfair and that's a problem to have someone do this, put a 1T. Those critical of Thomas' participation took to Twitter following the swimmer's controversial win, with some arguing is to set a bad precedent that would ensure the murder of women's sports, and others congratulating Weyant, arguing that she was the real winner. Okay. This is a picture of Leah Thomas. Okay, it doesn't even appear that this person even tried to look female, at least not in this picture. Let's see. Round of applause for Emma Weyant, the UVA swimmer who placed second in the 500-yard freestyle tonight behind Leah Thomas. Second is the new first, wrote former Department of Education press secretary Angela Morabito. While another user tweeted, shout out to Tyler Matthew. That would have been in the top 8 tonight in the 500 free at the NCAA championships if Leah Thomas didn't take a spot away from her. Women and men are committing a slow and purposeful murder of women's sports, added Newsbusters managing editor Curtis Hoke. Some critics question why the NCAA and universities or colleges would allow men to compete in women's sports in the first place, arguing that it didn't make sense. Others lamented that there weren't more female athletes speaking out against the inclusion of athletes like Thomas. It says, I have looked at this Leah Thomas situation objectively with an open mind and really read as much as possible on it. It will never make sense that Penn and the NCAA let Thomas compete with women. It just never will. And it serves as an incredibly scary precedent, wrote local Pittsburgh radio show host Colin Dunlap. Writer Kimberly Ross felt similarly, tweeting, Leah Thomas is a male. He won not because his skills improved, but because he's stronger and faster than the actual female competitors, period. It's not a positive. It is not progress. It's a slap in the face to women and girls, and it pisses me off. I don't accept it. That's what Kimberly Ross wrote. It's sad how female athletes won't speak out against the inclusion of Leah Thomas. They're either so afraid to get canceled or they don't think males have a genuine physical advantage over females. Okay, so it's a lot to talk about with this one. I think that a male body is formed and are stronger than females. I mean, that's pretty much been proven. And if a person has transitioned just 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and they've done it after already growing to be a man and have male muscles, body and bone structure, them shoulders, got them big shoulders, you know, Adam's apple, all of that stuff going, and then decide I'm going to switch up. And from what I heard, this person was not a top athlete, ranked not in the top 50 even, and switch to the women and is number one. So what does that say? Yeah, Ray, this is what Vlad TV asked Bootsy. He said if KD say he transitioning and wear a wig and go to the WNBA, he gonna break all the records and dominate the sport like no other. He could score 100 points in the game. He really could score 100 points in the game. Because, I mean, he damn near could do it in the NBA if he really tried. If he went to the WNBA, he would break every record ever. So don't trip. You say Jay gonna say it all professional. It doesn't appear as though this person tried. Woo! I'm trying to stay neutral. All right. So let's say Don't Trip said it's an issue. 1T. Damian Kinney 1T. Samara 1T. I agree with Remy. Why don't they just make a trans category so that trans can compete against each other? What's wrong with that? I agree with you so much on that. Why not just make a trans category and let them compete against each other? I don't see nothing wrong with that. Why have them compete against women? Just like that trans woman was in MMA and beat up that woman and beat the hell out of that woman. That's not fair. You know, I agree, Moochie. I don't think, and then of course, and I don't like that they do this, and I wish that this wasn't the case. I wish people could be just honest and straightforward, but everybody feels attacked. So people in the trans community will start to say, well, you homophobic, or you attacking this, or you not saying this or that. What's right is right. Nobody is saying they can't compete or they deserve to be killed or beat or anything. Nobody's saying that. It's just not in the vein of fair competition. Sports is supposed to have fair competition. That's like letting an NBA player. That's why when you go to the NBA and it doesn't work out for you, you cannot go back to college. And now that you've gotten a little older and had some NBA training, now start to dominate against 18 and 19-year-olds. And you 25. And then get to go back to school because you left school 2 years early and now put up amazing numbers and then re-enter the NBA draft. You don't get to do that because it's not fair. It's not fair. And so I don't think that people should be able to compete in sports. Sports is the only place in life, really, where you can make something fair. It really is, because life is not fair. Going to work is not fair. Trying to buy or sell a home is not fair. Ain't nothing else in life really fair. Who has success on YouTube, or who has success on social media, or who has success at any job is not necessarily fair. But sports is damn near the only spot in the life that is close to being fair. It got rules, is regulated, and it still is not perfectly fair. But you got somebody coming with muscles and bone, shoulders, and structure, and Adam's apple coming through trying to compete and do things. Like I really don't think it's fair in MMA, because a woman trying to hit a man, she might not knock that man out. Chances are never. But a man or a trans person, trans woman who was a man until recently, will probably knock that woman out and beat the hell out of her. And it's borderline abuse. Now, if a person began transitioning as a child, which is a whole nother subject, but they never allowed their bodies to have testosterone or develop fully into a man, maybe they may have something there if they wanted to compete in sports, but that's a whole nother issue. Should a child be able to do that? Is that right, wrong? Who is to say? That's a lot. So I'm not sure. Tressa say it wasn't fair that Zeke was playing at Stanfield. I know, right? He was a grown ass man. He thought he was a kid, and he was a grown man playing amongst boys. No wonder they wanted him to go to the NBA. They thought he was another, teenager. So definitely. Ray, you say, yeah, you're right. It shouldn't be allowed in combat sports. Like you said, body and muscle mass, size of hands, all of that creates an advantage for a transgender individual. Definitely. And whether you decide to take hormones and things, it depends on the age or what do you do or how you live your life. Wouldn't have anything to do with your hand size and your arm length and strength. I mean, a man that doesn't even work out is naturally stronger than a woman 9 times out of 10. Now, if they both work out, then it's still going to be the same. I mean, that's why they have separate sports. That's why they don't have women playing in the NBA or men playing in the WNBA, or swimming or any other sport. Every sport is split between men and women for a reason. And I just don't think that is a good thing that they should be able to do. And I know it may not be a lot of transgender people playing sports, but they should have their own category maybe, and then maybe it would be more that would come out and compete, and maybe they wouldn't feel scared to come out and compete because they don't want to face this type of scrutiny. So if they have their own safe space to compete, just like men and women do, then maybe they could come out and compete, and then it would be between them and who's the best in the world in your space doing that. And then it would be, I think, a lot more accurate. So, who knows? It may even be more trans people coming out to compete in sports. That might be a good thing. You may have the TBA, Trans Basketball TBA Association. Who knows what that might turn into? So we'll see. Give it a shot. All right. It's getting hot up in here. Don't forget to hit in the hashtag JAYMOOREREVIEWS to get entered into tonight's drawing. And I'm gonna talk about Bel-Air. This last episode of Bel-Air for a couple minutes. I thought it was real petty how the two sisters were arguing. I think Will's mom, Vi, is just extremely insecure, jealous of how well they got it and that she didn't have it so well. And so everything that Aunt Viv did, she got jealous, whether it was buying the shoes, she was really trying to protect you from talking about Will, which I'm wondering what in the world did this dude do that they all are so up in arms about Will knowing anything about him. Who was he, the Grim Reaper? So that'd be interesting to hear what the hell happened with that. And you know, Ray, you say how you keep your hat so clean. I put them up, man. I don't let nobody touch them. Can't be fingering the goods there, boy. You see this hat shining white on here, huh? So yeah. But those two sisters got a lot of petty differences. I think Will's mom, Vi, is jealous and upset because she worked so hard. She did all of this and she's not as successful, or nobody took care of her the way that Aunt Viv is successful, and how Uncle Phil took care of her. And maybe she's a little jealous and hurt, and so she takes it out on her. She even said, "You trying to replace me," or this, that, and the other. I mean, if she was really trying to be around, why say, "Hey, Will can stay, but y'all need to find me a place so I can move out here too." What, they couldn't do that? They could have found her a place, and she could have moved out there and transferred her job. Why would you stay in Philly away from your kid when you could be in Bel-Air with the whole family and happy? She don't have a man or anything going on, and she can move and get a job, whatever it is she do in Philly, working at a hospital or whatever. She can do that in Bel-Air. So I don't know. I think like they definitely need to get over that. I agree with you 100%, Gina, that they were definitely petty for arguing and doing all of that at his birthday in front of his friends. That's what he's gonna remember when he think about that birthday. How they was petty, arguing, how he had to come out and talk to her and try to get them to talk and be friends. He shouldn't have had to do that for grown people. That was a bad example. And in a way, they negativity turned into a positive because Carlton realized that ain't where he wanted to be with Will. And so, even though it hurt, he had to let it go that Lisa don't want to be with him. And I'm glad he did, because it really ain't his choice. If a person wants to be with you, it's as much their choice as it is yours. It could be somebody that I really like and want to be with, but if they don't feel the same, it don't matter if my friend get with them or not. They didn't want to get with me, so it's a wrap. You have to be man enough or woman enough to accept that. You can't then lash out at the next person because they wanted them and not you. Like I said earlier, life ain't fair. You can't make everybody want to be with you. If that's the case, everybody would be happy because they would be with the one they want to be with. And the feeling would be mutual. It ain't. So, I agree. Carlton did grow a lot this episode, Ray. And Joffrey is a real G because he told Phil he ain't built like that. He ain't trying to be separating no father from his son. But Phil checked his ass and Joffrey did it. But at the end, we saw Joffrey was hesitant about putting that info down. And then I know he gonna probably go ahead and find out about his father. Will asked him to find out about his father at the end, and I think he gonna go ahead and help Will instead of doing what Phil wanted. So it is what it is. Suburbia Jones said Will's supposed to be on punishment. my mother wouldn't care whether it's your birthday or not. Mom Dukes was rough for you, boy. I never got in trouble where I would be on punishment for my birthday at that time. So I don't know what my mom would have did or not. That's a good one. I had to ask her. But I don't know what she would have did if I had did something. I mean, in the end, Will really didn't do anything out of pocket. And if anybody should be in trouble, it should be Hillary, because she left and let things get out of hand. They trusted her to handle the business, and she let it down. So if anybody should be on the outside, it should be Hillary. And Hillary trying to do this thirsty chef video is not listening to what they're trying to ask of her and making Phil look bad. And so who knows now, she did decide to leave the influencer house. We'll see what that turns out. She said she got to pay $50,000 for breaking that contract, which is a nice amount. And he gets to own all of her content she made while she was there. Damn. So that was kind of a waste. So we'll see how that all turns out for in the future. One Journey, you say they did something to Will's father. I definitely think so. They said that he'll hate them if he finds out. So he more than likely wanted to be a part of Will's life, and maybe Phil and everybody did something to keep him away. And now they raised Will to think that his pops didn't want anything to do with him. And they probably threatened that he would end up in jail or something to that effect. Jeffrey been around for a long time, and it seems that he knows what happened, because when he brought it up to Joffrey or whatever, I say Joffrey or Jeffrey, whatever. When Phil brought it up to him, he knew. He said, well, that'd be a mistake. And then he said, yeah, the last thing he need is for him to know. And then he said, well, ain't that his decision? Which is true. You sitting here making decisions for him. I think coming out, telling the truth is the best thing. Maybe not on his birthday, but a couple days later or the next week, maybe. So we'll see. Damian Kenny say they got Will's dad frozen in the cryogenic chamber. He's Demolition Man. Simon Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Yeah, they do definitely have Jeffrey as the fixer. He definitely is not just the butler. He's just like manservant / hitman killer. Jeffrey gets things done. He's like Ray Donovan. That's his Ray Donovan in this piece. So, and then we see Phil also came to an agreement with his political rival and Lisa's father, and told them that let's not split the Democratic vote, and whoever wins this debate based on the polling will keep going, and the opponent will bow out and pledge support. I don't know what just happened. The screen went black. But anyway. All right. Let's get ready to do this Cash App giveaway. I got a $10 Cash App giveaway for tonight. Make sure you put in the hashtag JAYMOOREREVIEWS in the comments. You can put it in on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Everybody got 3 chances to win. Put in the hashtag JAYMOOREREVIEWS. Let's make sure everybody gets that in there so that you get that chance to win. Got to be in it to win it. A lot of people say only members win. That's because members always participate. Don't be a person that's saying only this, only that. Put your name in there. Make sure you participate. Put in on Facebook as well as Twitch. Check it out. Make sure you give yourself as many opportunities to win as you can. Also, if you're not sure where to go on on Twitch or Facebook, I'll show you right here on how to go straight to my YouTube or Facebook page. So right here on my home screen, right here in this title picture, there's my Twitch, and you can click on this. You can click on this: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon. So you can put it on Facebook, Twitch, as well as all of these other locations. But Facebook and Twitch and even Twitter on this video post, and you get more chances to win. So definitely take advantage of all the opportunities of this live giveaway. Get that money. Every little bit help, especially with the way gas is going as high as it is. You never know. So, all right. Let's see how many people are entered in it to win it. All right, as of now, I don't know if it's what's going on, but it says 15 people are in there. We got 15 entries. So definitely make sure it put it in on all the spots. Let's see what we got. Let's make sure everybody in here. Miss Crafty, what's up, girl? How you doing? Sonia Negron, Victor Scott, Guillermo Rojas. Victor Scott putting it in on Facebook. Guillermo Rojas on Twitch. Suburbia Jones, Gina. That's what I'm talking about. Victor Scott on Twitter. On Twitch. Miss Jocelyn. Miss Jocelyn, you like that Rojas coffee mug? Can't wait to see that picture. All right. All right, so what's up, everybody? Let's get it in there. We got 15 entries. I guess that's it. We can at least get 20. Don't forget, like Gina say, drop that hashtag JMoreReviews. Thank you so much, Gina. Gina's great helping me with this. I appreciate it. All right, we got 17. Guillermo Rojas on Twitter. On YouTube. Ray on YouTube. That's what's up. All right. We're going to get 3 more right quick before we go. Don't forget to put in a thumbs up or, show some love on Facebook. Shout out to everybody on Facebook. Karen and Jocelyn, Ray, Steve, Victor. Appreciate y'all for coming through on Facebook. All right. Victor Scott coming through on Twitch. That's what I'm talking about, man. I appreciate it. I don't know, man. I've been having a couple technical difficulties, so some entries may have not got counted at first. So just to be safe, y'all might want to double check and put it in, because I think I saw more than 15, but I don't know. Everybody can put it in on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So everybody got 3 entries. If you got multiple accounts, then you got more entries, I guess. Ray, Victor Scott on Facebook, Tanisha Boyd on Facebook, Samara Barney on Facebook. I appreciate y'all for going there and putting it through. Definitely the best of luck. We got 20 out of 43 people watching right now. So I don't think it matters if it's all caps. That's a good question, Ray. It might. No, it doesn't, because Samara just did it without it being all caps. Most people did it without it being in all caps. So Nisha Hummingbird just did it and it wasn't in all caps. And it just went to 21. So there you go. Yolanda Edney, what's up? Hey, Jay Moore, I love your show. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm glad y'all enjoy it on Fridays. I try to bring a little seriousness in there and mix it up with a joke or two every now and then. I wanted to play my Instagram videos, but for some reason I can't share this screen. This is frustrating. Let me see if I can share this again. Well, I'll do this anyway. All right. Let's get ready to get this $10 Cash App giveaway away. All right. And then I do have another giveaway for tomorrow night too. So here, let's hit that draw. Karen with the win. What's up, Karen? Congrats to you for the win. Karen, are you still here? Congrats on winning. Since you got the Cash App giveaway, or you can get a coffee mug. It's up to you. And of course, whatever you choose is fine with me. I appreciate you for participating. Are you still here? Okay, she is here. Good to see you here. Thanks for staying. And congrats on the win. Definitely. I know I did see you earlier. Ray say I ain't seen her since 11/27. Nah, she been here. All right, so you got a coffee mug on the way. That's good shite. That's good shite. I hope you enjoyed the Irish coffee. You're gonna drink the Irish coffee. I'm Karen. You nice Irish woman. Childbearing woman. That's what's up. I appreciate you. You can send me your info on Discord. And I appreciate you. Congrats on the win. And thank you all for watching. Congrats. And I hope you enjoy your coffee as well, with a little bit of Rojas on the side. No problem. Thank you all for participating. Unfortunately, like the Highlander, there can only be one. Tonight, it was Karen. But I do have a giveaway tomorrow night when I do the first reaction for Power episode 7. We almost done with Power Book 4 Force. Man, that came by fast. So definitely come through tomorrow night, 2 a.m. And also everybody in Discord, we will be watching the episode at midnight live. So come through. I will create a little reminder notice for everybody, and definitely come through, watch the episode. Our conversations after the episode is always fire. And so I'm looking forward to that. And I'll see everybody tomorrow. Everybody have a good evening. Be safe. And we're going to keep it going. And I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Everybody, peace. And I'm out.
It's J Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'